Two people strode into the store decked out in cosplay. The dark-haired man was dressed as a scientist, though she couldn't tell from which books. But then her eyes moved to the woman, and she was suddenly transfixed. The woman's long hair was pulled away from her face in intricate braids, so blonde it was nearly white. Her pants were tucked into knee-high leather boots. She wore a leather jerkin and bracer on her left arm and had a baldric slung across her chest, holding a quiver and bow in place. The sword and handful of daggers at her hip looked uncomfortably real. Bex smiled apprehensively as she cleared her throat. "Welcome, guys. We've got all the books by the authors who'll be at StoryCon this weekend just over there, if you want to pick up any copies to be signed."
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The man smiled warmly, taking a few steps toward the counter.
Actually, we're wondering if you could help us find someone. We're looking for Bex Harmon.
Bex raised her eyebrows in surprise. "I'm Bex."
"Oh, wow, would you look at that?" the man said as he gave the woman a look.
Can I help you?" Bex glanced between them.
"You're Bex Harmon, the writer?"
No, I'm not a writer." Bex stammered quickly as the woman neared, trying to figure out where she recognized the costume from. She dragged her focus from the clothing to the woman's face and froze. Her eyes were violet. "They're just contacts." Bex gave herself a mental shake. The woman reached into her cloak, pulled out a black notebook, and tossed it on the counter. "So you didn't write this?" A knot tightened in Bex's stomach as she looked at the notebook in front of her. She opened her mouth. Peter, reappearing out of nowhere, said,
"Oh, I just love your costume."
Bex and the man in the lab coat jumped, though the woman seemed unfazed.
"Are you getting ready for StoryCon?"
Peter reached out to touch the bow strap to the woman's back, and in a blur of movement, she had him by the wrist. A strangled noise squeaked out of him.
"Okay, so you're in character."
He drawled with a nervous chuckle.
"Sorry, I don't know the etiquette."
He pulled his hand out of her grasp, gingerly holding his wrist as if she had burned him.
"I see Bex here is already helping you, so I'll just leave you to it."
He narrowed his eyes slightly before he retreated. "I'm sorry about him. It is a great costume, though," Bex finished. The woman tapped the notebook, ignoring the comment. "Did you write this?" "I don't know what—" Bex choked on her words as she flipped the pages open. Ice shot through her veins as she recognized her notebook. How did you get this?" Warning bells rang in her mind, and she looked at the woman again. Oh my God. Her ears were pointed. "My name is Talera. I am a wood elf warrior trained in Phelan magic. I was in the midst of fighting for my life when I was abruptly pulled from my reality, only to be informed that I am a character from someone's imagination." She practically bit out each word. "Someone who gave up on my story, dooming me to rot in the abyss. And according to this," she rapped a knuckle on the notebook, "that someone is you." Bex gripped the counter as the floor tilted beneath her. The sounds of the shop became muted, and her jaw went slack. I'm sorry. What?" The woman claiming to be Talera, her Talera, the character she'd written, was breathing heavily, her chest rising and falling. The man was biting his thumb, the other hand on his hip as he looked on. Bex rubbed at her throat, which was suddenly dry. A bored-looking teen, oblivious to the tension between the three of them, strode up to the counter. "You're out of the new Arthur Huxby books in the display." Bex gave her head a small shake. "We have more of them in the back, if you just head there. Peter can help you." The kid rolled his eyes and stomped off. Lightheaded, Bex looked back at Talera and the man. "Is this some kind of joke?" She still had one hand braced on the counter, the other white-knuckling the notebook. Her notebook, the one she tossed in her recycling bin at home. And a frantic laugh bubbled up in her throat. "How did you even— Listen, I don't know how you did this, but the joke's over, okay?"
"It's not a joke, Bex," the man said. "We wish it were, but we come through a portal between our worlds to find you."
Her heart slammed into her ribs. "A portal," she said flatly. The two of them nodded, not looking away.